You're tuned in.
The Snapback Journey Radio.
Snapback Journey Radio.
The Snapback Journey Radio.
Presented by Checka TV.
With healthy conversations.
Hosted by Checka.
Hey, Checka!
When I was 24, I had a stroke, like a brain hemorrhage stroke. Spent 3 weeks in a coma, 2 months on life support, and over a year in hospital after that. So during that first year, my left leg, all of my toes, and 9 of my fingertips were amputated. So I don't know if your viewers can see the screen, but still got one. Heart surgery twice, and hip replacement. And they're all the things you can see, but there are plenty of invisible disabilities, like from my brain injury, I'm over 25% blind. I have epilepsy. My speech is sometimes affected, so I haven't been drinking. It's just me slurring my words normally.
Yeah.
and things like that. So, yeah, chronic fatigue and sleep disorders and all sorts of fun stuff. So I have this before and after life that in some ways have changed dramatically, but in other ways haven't changed too much around the roles of women. So I was always a feminist pre-disability, and I'm still a feminist now. And
people who have disabilities, people look at you, and I know that has to feel a certain way. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And I'm sure that that's a battle and a struggle within in itself.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So, and I find that interesting because it's like you're super cool. Like, your Instagram is thriving. Like, you've got tons of followers, and like you've got a really cool,
to reduce, I suppose, to take away the shame and stigma around things, especially hidden disabilities like anxiety and depression or something like that, which lots and lots of people suffer from. You certainly don't have to be in a wheelchair, but disrupting this narrative around how disability is presented as well. So unfortunately, the media has these very narrow stereotypes of how disability is portrayed. So you're either a fantastic Paralympian with incredible strength, with superpowers almost, or you're somebody who's very sick and frail in a hospital bed to be pitied. And I tell stories about myself because I don't have the permission to tell stories about other people, and I certainly don't want to speak for the entire disability sector because I see other people try, and I'm like, you can't say that. You don't know. Just as an example, I don't have autism. I know nothing about the autism community except that a lot of them are really great people. So I certainly can't represent them. We haven't quite seen the same thing, for obvious reasons, haven't quite seen the same thing in disability. So I'm working with brands and businesses at the moment who perhaps want to be more diverse and inclusive, but just don't know how. And I come at it from the point of view that, hey, that used to be me. I was that copywriter in the advertising industry going, shit, what do I say? What do I do? I don't want it to be tokenistic. Yeah. How do I represent better and be more inclusive? So I'm doing a little bit of hand-holding almost with brands and businesses who want to do a better job. So hats off to them who, any time is a good time to be more inclusive. But my approach to all sorts of advocacy, I suppose, is I'm not just going to send angry tweets and write something horrible and call you out on social media. Right. I want to collaborate and work with you and show you how and why. Right. And so I've slid into the DMs of a few people, brands and businesses, and said, listen, consider this, maybe do this or don't say that, instead of having an angry rant and calling them out publicly. Because in some ways I'm pretty excited about it because, hey, I'm getting to tear down some stereotypes and stick it to all the people who told me, oh, that's not possible. No,